Welcome to the Emerging Professional Series at the Coffee Conversation Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum, TIF, and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is Powering People, Scaling Dreams. In today's episode, we sit down with Ullas Pradhan, a man who wears many hats: independent director, motivational speaker, business mentor, and a serial transformer of potential into performance. From starting in a one room office to scaling a company to 60 crores, Ullas has led with a fierce belief in people and purpose. Whether it's mentoring CEOs, setting up pan India sales teams, building a grooming academy that serves learners from 5 to 75, his story is one of vision, grit, and giving back. Let's uncover the principles that power his extraordinary professional journey and understand Ullas as a person. So, welcome Ullas to today's coffee conversation.
Thank you so much, Hamidji. It's absolutely a delight being here.
Yeah. So let me explain you today's flow. It's divided into three parts: professional journey round, personal journey, and a surprise, the rapid fire round, for which you have to be witty, fun, and quick. And here's the inspiration, your gift, niche marketing, which will be autographed and sent to you. So the title is From Niches to Riches: The Importance of Choosing a Niche for Your Business or Profession.
Thank you. All set.
So friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation and legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. So my first question, Ullas, how has the journey shaped up and any key defining moments you had?
Well, from a kid born in a tin shed to where I am today, couldn't have been any better. From the childhood days, I was the eldest in the family among a siblings of four with three younger sisters. I was fiercely independent, very responsible, confident, and always wanted to shoulder the responsibility. Whether it is on the personal front, or in school or college, or in the professional front, or among friends, I was ready to act as a stepney anywhere it mattered to shoulder the responsibility. And the defining moments was in 1985 when I lost my father overnight, when I was just 22. I could see the real face of the world without any bank balance, without a home. Suddenly, I was left in the lurch. And of course, then I built from there. The other defining moment of my life was when I joined the TNT Skypack International Couriers in 1985. That was the threshold which changed my professional career. It unleashed the latent, potent talent in me with all the training, and that's where I learned the people skills to reach where I am today. And I'd like to thank Mr. Dilip Kulkarni, the then chairman and president of TNT Skypack, for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Beautiful. So let's dive deep into the conversation, Ullas. You have been instrumental in scaling companies from scratch. What's the first thing you look for when building a business team?
The first thing I look for is their attitude, whether they are ready to unlearn and to learn, whether they are ready to go the extra mile. That's the first thing that I look for in the teams.
Wow. Okay. So, Ullas, you have trained professionals across industries. What's one skill you believe every emerging professional must master today?
Every emerging professional must today be ready to do multitasking. Because the need of the hour is that you have to fit in wherever is the requirement today. And of course, they have to be digitally tuned. We are living in an awesomely fierce digital world today, where if you're not digitally tuned or up to the mark, you will feel left out. So, two things.
Wow. So, Ullas, what's the biggest difference you see between business mentoring today and when you started way back in the late 90s?
There's a huge difference on it. Today's generation are knowledgeable, their mindset is different, and they are ready with the skill set. And they are easy to mold and they accept ideas faster. That is one thing. And they want results fast. They want results very fast.
Okay. So, Ullas, how do you maintain high performance across teams in high pressure environments?
Every human being has the board around his neck to make him feel like a VIP, right? So first thing is I keep things very, very simple. Number two, I keep everything very transparent. And third is I believe in a lot of personal relationships. I touch the core, which really matters. And that brings up the performance.
Wow. Okay. So, can you share how your experience with international companies shaped your approach to leadership and operations in today's times?
That's a great question. My association with international companies started in 1985 when I joined TNT. And my first training program was in Lonavala, Kandala. And my trainer was Ron Sanderson from London. And I very, very clearly remember spending the hours after the training session in the evening over a drink with him and trying to find out the finer points. So the first thing I noticed was they were always very accessible. Anytime you ask them, they say, yes, you can, please. And they were never ever shy to share anything. Whereas if we ask some of our people, they would be a little reluctant to share. And over the years, as I worked with the honchos, they were very, very simple, number one. They were very humble. I work with Japanese companies. When we reach the airport, even if it's midnight, the MD would be there at the airport, Singapore airport, to receive us. Whereas we wouldn't find that here. You would have the shopper there to receive you at the airport, right? And they were very particular about time, punctual. And that is one thing which is my hallmark. Big thing. And they respected everyone. They don't ill-treat their subordinates. They respect each and everyone. And they're always looking for quality. They're always looking for quality in the performance and the product which they brought to us. And their presentation styles were totally different. They never believed in crowding or having very long presentations. They would be brief to the point and they would bring it in a very subtle manner. So these are the final points which I picked up from there. And if you ask anyone, they'll tell you that punctuality is my hallmark.
Wow, beautiful. Okay. So my next question, Ullas, how did the idea of Smart Edge Academy come to you and how has the journey been?
Well, having worked across the length and breadth of India and interviewing hundreds and thousands of candidates, it struck to me that these guys had a lot of degrees, but communication skill was absolutely dismal, appalling. Presentability was appalling. And 95, I came back to Orissa because my mother said, son, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here. You can move to Delhi. I was working with CII as regional manager, and my daughter was born there. Mom said, you take your family and go to Delhi. I'm living here alone. I said, no way. So 95, I resigned, came back to Cuttack, which is a very small town in Odisha. And people who knew me from my childhood and the professionals, they just sounded me, Ullas, your communication is excellent. Why don't you start training these young guys? And I started from home, training young graduates as MRs, medical representatives. And that took off from 2 students. And today, rest is history.
Wow. So, Ullas, let's go memory down the lane. Let's talk about, I'll be dividing to three parts. Your most memorable mentoring assignment and why.
My most memorable mentoring assignment would definitely be with Sarji Plus. That was my first assignment. And he was a traditional Marwadi gentleman. And he had a tremendous business acumen. But the finer points were missing, like talking man management skills, people skills, interviewing skills, and of course, English was a weak area there. So I got the opportunity to explore all my experiments and explore all the areas, and that was in 1998. And this gentleman, who's called Mr. Pradeep Agarwal, is a very short man. So that's why we call him short people are very, very intelligent. All the short people, Maradona, Sunil Gavaskar, Sachin Tendulkar, they're very successful people. And he was very, very, intently listening to all the advice and all the counseling that I would give him. And from that one table in 98, we have built a huge empire, as I have told you, to 60 crores and about more than 150, 200 staff pan India. One person, scratch we started from one product of a company to all the divisions of that company, another international company called Leventon, pain management products, then ECG electrodes of another company called Soromed. And we went on adding one after the other. And each company, I was going and giving the presentations to the MD and the key management people, and then we would clinch the deal for India.
Wow.
So
now, let's go to your next memorable case, being a speaker. When was it, and what was the topic?
My first memory of being a speaker was in school, when I participated in the school competitions, elocution competition. And I don't want to talk about it. The first one was I was a miserable failure. I just went and stood in the front and everything was blank. But then, let me tell you again, I came back when I was doing my post-graduation in Pune. We had a debate competition. The topic was, should censorship in films be abolished? So I was taking a nap and one of my friends called me out that there's a debate, why don't you go and participate? Now, the primary purpose of participating in debate was to get some money, because the first prize was, I'm talking about 1980. The first prize was 151 rupees. So I lethargically got up and went, and they gave the topic. And I, of course, I spoke in English. And to my surprise, at the end, my name was announced as the first prize winner. So that was a very big boost for me. And I spoke that censorship should be abolished, because who are the censorship board? They're humans. So number one, humans can be biased in India very much. If somebody pays you money to do something to your film, they'll do it. Secondly, to hurt is human. So their judgment could also cause an error. Third is who are they to judge what people should see and what they should not see. So these are 3 points which I spoke, and these helped me to get the first prize. So I was a little richer, about 151 rupees at the end of the day.
Wow, beautiful. So, Ullas, my next question: what does transformation mean to you, and what are the key elements for bringing transformation in one's life and in the company's life?
Transformation for me is becoming a better version of yourself from what you were yesterday. In terms of being more mature, in terms of knowledge, in terms of sharing. Because I run a grooming center, and or when I talk with people about other businesses, they say, no, I can't share in business secrets with you. But I say, what's the harm if you share? Nobody is going to be the same as you. So whenever people come to me, I tell them this is what I do, this is my curriculum. So if you want to do something, do it, please. People are going to be benefited. So transformation is giving, transformation is helping, transformation is becoming bigger. It's not keeping back something. And for a company, transformation means the growth in terms of revenue, number one, growth in terms of better life and work balance for the staff, and better management. These are three things what I talk about transmission when I talk about companies transformation.
Wow. So, Ullas, my next question: what made you become an independent director, and how has the journey been?
That's a very funny question. 23, I was a little free. So I had some time to spare with the mobile. You know, I've been. So one day I was just watching and I saw this independent directors uh, advertisement come up. People with years of experience, they can become an independent director, they can shape the company, they can shape the economy of the country, they can uh, help the shareholders. And I found it very interesting. So I enrolled for the boot camp. And when I joined the boot camp, I found it very interesting. I didn't know that something like independent director existed. I said, yes, this is where I can play a major role. I can help the country. I can help the shareholders, and my probably my talent, my experience can come into play. And I enrolled by paying only the first installment was 3,000 something for that. I said, okay, if they're online and if they are fake, I don't know. Only if it's, तीन हजार तो जाएगा. But if it clicks, it clicks. And then I found the course very helpful, very knowledgeable. The syllabus was very good, and they did a lot of handholding. And I cleared the exam in 3 months. Independent director exam as conducted by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. It's an online exam, but very tough, very, very skillful exam. You have to be very careful. And once I cleared that, and within a couple of months, I got my first call. And since then, it has been a great ride because I got more insights into the company, and I'm doing the company a great job by training the staff, by helping them into corporate compliance, corporate governance. Even last month, there was a board meeting, and many things do happen, and you get an opportunity to really use your knowledge and experience for the betterment of the company and for corporate governance.
Wow. So, Ullas, you have worked with acid attack survivors.
Yes.
So, if someone wants to work with uh, these kind of survivors, uh, what should a trainer, a person like you, because they are victims for things which they have not, what do you say, someone has made them go through the pain and everything. So, how do you infuse a transformation and uh, make them prepare for new journey?
It's a very tough job. It's a very tough job. It's a very tough question. But you need to hit the right chord with them. You need to spend time with them. You need to listen to them. And you need to imbibe the confidence in you that I'm not here for a short time, but I'm here to really help you out. And I got time to listen to you. You can call me at 11 o'clock. You can call me in the afternoon, anytime. So, beta, I'm there for you. So, we are like father figures for them. And whatever other skills that I have, I try to put it into them that let's learn English. It's going to help you out because that's how they go travel abroad also. They have sponsors and they have programs, right? And I've also tried to put them on into some income generation programs, right? So one of the girls in Farah, we helped her to start her own cafe. And there's a girl in Cuttack here in my hometown whom we are shortly planning to start a cafe for her. So we do a lot of raise funding for them also. And I'm on a regular basis counseling with all those who need it. It's not a compulsion. If they call me, I'm there with them anytime. We laugh with them, crack jokes with them. I encourage them, motivate them. I always tell them, you are the real heroes. Before meeting you, I always thought that the armed forces were the real heroes. But my dear children, let me tell you, you are the real heroes. The courage, the guts which you have shown in fighting back to society, in fighting back all those forces. I'm so proud of you to be associated with you. And you are the heroes. You're going to do it. You can do it. Let's fight it out.
Wow, beautiful. So, my last question, Ullas, what advice would you give to young startup founders for scaling and bringing in transformation?
Great question. First of all, I would tell them don't get carried away by the halla gulla of funding available. Number one, because everywhere you get a lot of things, 75 lakhs available, this 10 crores available, this startup has raised 50 crores, because the ground reality is something different. Ground reality is something different. I got an approval from the government. It took more than 1 year to get the money. That's the ground reality. A lot of things are done for advertisement. Secondly, I would advise all of them to do a reality check of the market. It's very easy to make a product or manufacture a product, but the key to success is marketing. How are you going to market your product? Is it acceptable in the market? Which are the other products? How does it compare with them? Which are the segment? Where are you going to place your product? Who is your customer? Because today many people come to me. It's a brilliant idea, sir. This is going to happen. That is going to happen. Then I said, cool down, cool down, cool down. Let's sit down across the table and let's meticulously think, what is it? What is it? So then they understand, oh, sorry. So these are the two major factors which I would like to tell them. That number one, don't get carried away by all this funding that comes available. You get phone calls, 10 crore available hai, ये available है, आपके लिए 75 crores are waiting. This competition, that competition, I've seen it all for 2-3 years. And second one is they must find the market. Manufacturing is fine. They can make a product. Anyone can make a product. But if you don't sell your product, what's the use? Nobody's going to. The two things, very, very meticulously, they have to work about it. They should be ready and they should be ready to slog it out. Third one, today's youngsters, some of them don't want to work hard. They think blue collar. Startup, a lot of money is there. Yeah, let's do it. So three things. They have to spend sleepless nights, burn midnight oil. Three factors.
Wow. Let's go to the next round and understand Ullas as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years. You have briefly said in their professional journey, but let's take it in more detail.
Well, I was born in a Protestant, middle class Protestant Christian family in Kharagpur. Actually, my birth was in Kharagpur. This nobody knows. You're the first person. Bengal. My father moved to Cuttack, Odisha, which is known as the Silver City, which is famous for Baravati Stadium, Mahanadi River, Kalinga War, and he worked with the health department. And when he moved to Cuttack, we were two siblings, me and my younger sister. My father had a penchant that his children should have good English education. Because if you remember, Kharagpur is a railway belt, it's a railway city, and they were all Anglo-Indians there. So that had charmed him. And he somehow met the principal of a school, which is called Stewart School, which is a missionary school, which was one of the best schools in the country. And she said, "You go and do your teacher's training. I'll appoint you as a teacher. And then your children can get free education in the school. And you'll get a free accommodation also." So my father resigned from the government job against the tumultuous responses of all the people. This man has gone mad. Having two kids, is going to resign and go for trading for 1 year and then come back. So we were at our grandpa's place. My dad went to Kolkata. 1 year he did his trading, came back, and you won't believe it. This lady, Mrs. Hart, was the headmistress of the school, Stewart School. And just as she had committed, she appointed him as an assistant teacher. We moved into the school from 1964. We've been living inside the campus, 24/7 free electricity, 24/7 free water. And after that, I had two siblings. So we are total four. And all of us have been educated in that school. And we are all earning our bread and butter from that visionary step taken by my late father. And my mother is 88. She's a widow. And she's very strong. And I still live in Cuttack.
Wow.
I went to the school. From school, I went to Ravisha College, which has now become an autonomous university, which is one of the very famous universities in Cuttack. And while in school and college, I was a table tennis player, represented school, college, Utkal University, and Odisha State, and also played hockey for the state. I was basically a sports buff. I was into sports also, high jumper, and tough times when dad passed away suddenly, and we had to manage. Did my post graduation from Pune University in MSW, that is social work. But I never was attracted towards the government jobs because my attraction was always on the corporate world where performance was rewarded. That's the one thing which I learned from a young age. So I worked my way after doing my post-graduation, and I worked in the NGO segment for some time. Then I moved to the corporates, and then I moved on and on into NGO corporates training. And in 2006, when I moved, 2000, as I told you, 95, I moved to Cuttack. After a couple of years, I started my training and the consultancy, corporate consultancy with that friend of mine, Surgic Plus. Right? 2006, I got a call from the VC of Ravisha University, which was another turning point of my life. And I was just thinking, why are my friends pulling my leg this morning? Then he confirmed, no, I'm the VC, and could you come down sometime? We'll have a discussion to launch communicative English in the university. So from 2006 till 2022, I was there as a visiting faculty, communicative English in the university.
Wow. So, what does a weekend look for Ullas?
Sorry,
What does a perfect weekend look for Ullas for you?
perfect weekend. Very rare thing for Ullas.
What do you do on weekends?
Work, work, work. That's why I said if you put me on a Saturday, today I was supposed to be in my corporate office in Bhubaneswar, where I have a factory, Metro Surgicals Private Limited. But because of the shoot, I said I'll be coming there on Monday. So excuse me today. So since morning I've been preparing for this. So maybe after this I'll go and spend some time in the club with my friends. My school friends have come from Delhi. But otherwise, Saturday is also work. Sunday is church time. Mornings I prefer to go to church or else I attend online service. And the afternoon I spend with, and before the afternoon I have to do my shopping, greens for the home, medicines for mommy, fruit for home, and other things. And evening I spend at home with my mother.
Okay. If someone wants to visit Cuttack, what do you suggest to have for food and for travel?
We have lot of local delicacies, which is
Hmm.
called dahi bara and
Mhm.
aloo dum. That's industry by itself. Many people from Mumbai have come and also documented that. And every
Mhm.
lane and by lane has its own speciality. Everyone has a different flavor, everyone has a different taste.
Mhm.
So that is one thing which you must have. And sweets are a specialty. Cuttack is very famous for rasagullas, the cheesecake. We have another chena podo, the local flavor. So that is a
Mhm.
must. Travel, I will advise everyone to come here to travel by two-wheelers because it's an old historical city, a millennium city. So we don't have broad roads. Now it is slowly coming up. But the easiest way is to go on a scooty two-wheeler, zoom around here and there, fastest.
Wow. So, what's one fun fact about you that your friends and colleagues don't know about?
One fun fact about that's a tough one. That's a very, very tough one. I'm very afraid of heights. Actually, once they put me on a boat, rocking boat, so I had it. And I
Wow.
screamed. And then they had to stop it in between.
Wow. Okay. Uh, so, what are your plans for 2025, personally and professionally?
2025 professionally, looking forward to taking Madras Surgicals to the next level, improving the manpower count,
Mhm.
looking for joining another couple of companies as independent director,
Mhm.
scaling my grooming center to the next level. That's the professional outlook for 2025. On the personal front, we have a daughter who works as the team lead for Oracle HR shared team. So planning to settle her down marriage. And my wife
Wow.
is a housewife.
Beautiful. Okay. So my last two questions are reflective. What legacy would you like to leave behind?
Give back to people what you have got, what the world has given you, what God has given you. Don't take anything back to the grave, to this or the ashes. Give everything out there generously, magnanimously. Just like the money you can't take, whatever is in your brain, whatever God has blessed you with. I have the talent of training or grooming, I'm giving it all out. So I tell everyone, give, give.
Wow. So my last one, the googly one, describe Ullas in one line.
Humorous, disciplined, versatile, with an indomitable faith in God, and a huge optimist.
Wow. Beautiful. So let's have some fun, the rapid fire round. Your go-to comfort food.
Sorry?
Your go-to comfort food.
My go to comfort food, Chinese,
Wow. Your favorite color.
yellow,
Favorite uh, food dish from Katak.
dahi vada aluda. That's a local traditional dish. You will have to check it out till the day.
You're an early morning person or a late night?
Very early morning person.
Wow. Mountains or beaches?
Beaches.
Your dream travel place?
My dream travel place. Uh, I love Goa. I love Goa with the greenery, the beaches, the churches, the cleanliness, the serenity that are maintained. In India, I love Goa.
Wow. Your favorite color?
I said yellow.
Sorry, sorry. Okay. Hmm. Best piece of advice received.
Don't believe humans.
Okay. A book you would recommend everyone to read.
The magic of thinking big.
Your tea or coffee to recharge.
Black coffee.
Wow, you're the coffee show, so you're a coffee man.
Yes.
So you did well, and here's a gift. Alas, it will be autographed and sent to you. So, friends, it was a lovely conversation having with a senior person have wearing multiple hats, a business mentor, motivational speaker, independent director, and a family person. So connect with this person. His details will be there in YouTube captions of the Coffee Conversations episode. Uh, I've talked to him about what transformation, and he's beautifully answered for a person, for a company. So anyone, startup founders or persons who want to bring a transformation in his life, he's the person, he's a man. So connect with him. And like that, there are 450 coffee speakers who bring to the table their inspiring journeys right from in their personal, professional journey. Watch, inspire in your lives. And if in the future, like Ullas, visit our website, the Emerging the Forum, or a LinkedIn page, or connect with our speakers, coffee speakers. Let them put in a word, and we will invite you to have conversations over a cup of coffee. Thank you. Stay safe. Enjoy your Sunday, and we meet with another coffee speaker with their interesting journeys, insights to inspire everyone. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Ami, for having me on the show. It's an absolute pleasure and delight. That's very, very interesting. Wish you all the very best and looking forward to watching some more shows.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you. Did well, Asim. And here's a book which will be autographed, Legal AI 101. So, friends, on Saturday evening, lovely conversation with Asim Sayed. Uh, all those legal professionals out there, they want to venture in the world of M&A. Uh, he has got both experience on both sides, working with a law firm, now uh, being head legal and company secretary at Pepperfry. So he brings a depth of knowledge uh, from both the sides. So watch this episode, get inspired, and go on a trip with to Azerbaijan with Asim because he's a traveler, and there are many coffee speakers who like to travel. So we will form a group, and they can plan their trips and continue the coffee conversations over there on their trips. So there are 450 coffee speakers who bring to the table their professional journey, personal journey, and they are inspiring from where they have been and where they will be going. And we wish Asim the best because Pepperfry is a leading e-commerce in the world of furnitures, and it's an exciting business. And Pepperfry is doing very good. There are a lot of ads which we see, and if you want to be connected with Asim, so his details will be there in the YouTube captions. And if you want to be invited on the Coffee Corner show, visit our website, the Emerging India Forum, or LinkedIn page, or connect with our 450 coffee speakers to let them put in a word for you, and we would invite and have conversation with a cup of coffee. Thank you.
Thank you. It was nice having this conversation.